All right, here we are. We're right on the brink of a cold front, and as all whitetail hunters know, there's nothing better than a cold front in October. So we're heading out here this morning. We're on a spot where there's a big whitetail with a bladed G2 that I definitely got my eye on. So we're gonna hunt that deer. We're gonna start here and just kind of start to pattern him and figure out what we can't do to get on him here over this cold front. So super excited about this morning hunt. Let's see what we can do. This was our first morning kind of going in and going after those whitetails, but there's a lot of pigs down here to the point where, there's too many pigs. And so Wade kind of had said, if you see a pig and you got a good shot, go ahead and take it. So this big pig comes in, and I mean, he's big, and of course we're eye level with him, so he looks even bigger, but this giant pig comes in and then he's alone. Big. What do you think?
Let's see if you got a shot.
I'm gonna shoot him. You ready? The great thing about this pig is when we shot him, he didn't make any noise at all. It's kind of like it was meant to be. He just ran off and laid down and didn't make any noise at all. So he didn't spook anything after we had shot him. It wasn't too long and we had a pretty nice 6-pointer come out. In fact, when I first looked over and seen him, I actually thought it was a better buck than he even was. And he kept looking off into the distance, almost like there might be more back there, something going on. So I just kept watching and watching. And next thing you know, I look up over my shoulder and there's a giant whitetail standing there looking right at us. And things got pretty intense from that moment on. Crazy. Oh, I don't feel good about that shot though at all. Not at all.
I couldn't tell. I was trying to move the camera.
I was shaking. I was waiting for him to stop, and I got to the window by the time I shot. Oh man, that's a big buck.
It's good deer.
The only thing is hopefully he was quartering away a little bit. That shot was bad.
Wait, I couldn't tell what it hit.
It hit back.
Hit back? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was shaking so bad. Oh, and then the stupid window. I almost should have waited for him to get to that window, but...
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Let's give him some time.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see what he does. We can play the shot back here in a little bit and see.
Mm-hmm. Oof.
What a morning.
Dude, I'm dang near out of arrows. Oh man. Please. Oh, please make that shot good. Well, we gave that deer some time. Unfortunately, I mean, we looked at the tape and the shot is back, and the only thing we're hoping is he kind of leaned a little bit, and so hopefully that arrow had enough of an angle to get up in there and get some of the vitals. But I mean, we're gonna get out of here. I mean, a shot like that, you really got to give these deer some time. So we'll check and see if the arrow's laying there, but I think we're just gonna get out of here. We're gonna sneak out of here and give them plenty of time.
You got blood. Here.
So that arrow's got to be, oh, right here's the arrow. There's a good chance that he was kind of quartering a little bit, but hopefully it got up in there.
say let's back on out.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
With the arrow found, Danny and Kevin made their way back to camp to give this buck his due time. When we come back, we'll call out the dogs and watch some good old-fashioned tracking work in action, and hopefully recover Danny's first ever Texas whitetail. With furry paws and wet noses leading the charge, we're setting off in search of where Danny's whitetail may have bedded down.
So we gave the deer a lot of time, but rather than even chance it with the shot being so far back, we actually called in some dogs. He's got the Garmin's on the dogs right now, so we're kind of watching them, just trying to see what the dogs can find.
Okay,
So
here's the pig. That's a pretty good pig there.
So Caleb's actually running that way with the dogs right now. We did find the pig that I had shot earlier. The pig didn't go real far. Sounds like the pig's right here. Oh yeah, that's a good pig right here.
It's a good pig.
That's the one that came in right away this morning. Look at the tusks on that guy. One down, one more to go. So Caleb, how do you know, like, do the dogs do something specific when you know they're kind of on them? Or?
So you see the trail here?
Yeah.
Look on the screen. I mean, look at how tight. I mean, it's almost a straight, it's got a little wiggle all the way through it. But I mean, it's a pretty good straight line there. And you see how this earlier kind of scattered around when we first started here. See how it's just really tightening
So
up.
they smell it.
Yeah, so they're, and then of course we're following their line, and we walk right over a pile of blood. So they're on it.
So can we actually see on that Garmin unit if they find something? Do they kind of stop?
So it'll, yeah, it'll show up if they stop. Then this will indicate that they're, you know, static, and
okay.
we know that they've either got something they really like there, or they've got the deer. What we're walking right now is exactly where the dogs came through, and there's no deviation whatsoever. So this is exactly where the dogs came through. So you can just kind of be looking on the limbs or looking at the ground, and if there is any blood, like this right here.
Some blood right there?
Yep, and there's some more right here. Yep, got more blood here.
Oh yeah, we got some good blood there.
Yep.
Look at this right here. Seeing these dogs and how they work, it was amazing. I mean, you know, we got these Garmin collars on the dogs, and then the collars actually transmit back to a GPS tracker. So we're able to watch the dogs work right from the screen of the Garmin. It got pretty intense because I was kind of trying to talk to him, and this was my first experience with dogs. I said, well, how are we gonna know if they find the deer, they get on the deer? You know, I knew we could see him on the screen, but how would we know? And he said, well, you hear him start baying. Right there.
All right. Good dog. Good dogs. That's a pretty good deer. Pretty good deer, yep.
Oh, that was unreal. I mean, we literally, those dogs were right on the trail. I mean, brought us right to them. They picked off the pig first, the deer right after that. Dude, that's impressive. All right, let's take a look at this buck. Oh man, look at that. That is a nice buck there. Look at that. He's got some velvet on him still even. I mean, this is a great buck. I love these dark horns this thing has right here. See all them tines just kind of roll in like that. That's awesome. It's got some brow tines, little crab claw here, which is cool. Man, I couldn't be more happy than I am right now. Look at the velvet on this thing. Look at that. He's just shedding his velvet. Not that long ago, he's been rubbing a little bit, rubbing that velvet off. That is cool. Tell you what, the quiver was getting low this morning. We had that big pig come in, then we had this whitetail come in, and that pig we got's a big one too. I mean, we're gonna be pulling a lot of meat out of here this morning. You know, coming down here to Southwest Texas has been just such an incredible experience. I mean, and obviously the hunting is a big part of it. I shot a great whitetail, great aoudad, you know, great pig. But I mean, just the time in camp and the similarities from, you know, being in the Midwest to Texas, doesn't matter where you go. Hunters are hunters, and telling stories and shooting bows, and just everything about this trip has just been so fun and just such a great experience.
A huge congratulations once again, Danny. We're thrilled you had such incredible hunts down here in South Texas. Next time we see you, we're sure we'll be bundled up for another round of ice fishing back on your own home turf.